You are listening to the Beaverton, North America's trusted source of news.
This week on the Beaverton, Trump shares a map of the U.S. that includes Greenland, Venezuela, and Canada. If that happens, we can add Spanish and Greenlandic to languages English Canadians are taught in school but never become fluent in. The Canadian military is mapping out strategies for an American invasion. So far, they've come up with lose quickly or lose slowly. And Quebec Premier François Legault is to resign. How do you say, "You can't fire me, I quit" en français? That's right, it's time to make fun of the news once again on the Beaverton Weekly Report. Welcome to the show, everyone. So glad you are checking us out. I'm your host, Luke Gorenfield. Before I introduce the panel, one final plug for our live show and podcast recording happening this Saturday at Edmonton's Winterruption Festival. We are doing a special Beaverton News Bulletin and then a live episode of this very podcast featuring myself, Claire, Ian, and special guest Henry Sir. Tickets are almost sold out. I think there's like a dozen or so left, so get them quick before they're gone at winterruptionyeg.com. And now, joining me this week are three of our regular panelists, all of whom are apparently journalists, according to Instagram blocking the Beaverton for being news. Nile, Seguin, Clare Blackwood, and MacKay. Welcome, all three of you. And also sorry that we can't do anything on Instagram with you now.
Extra, read all about it. I didn't go to journalism school.
Citation needed. That's what they called me back in the day.
Isn't there like an online journalism school we can go to, like in...
Oh, yeah. Kind of like getting your
Jakarta
officiant license kind of thing? Yeah.
So we get banned from being journalism and then just decide to become journalists?
Yeah.
That was their plan all along.
They just knew deep in our hearts what we should be. They're like, comedy's not going to work out for you guys.
Yeah.
Pivot hard to the industry that's always going to succeed, Canadian journalism.
I mean...
Print media is doing well, right?
Oh, last I checked.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Last I checked.
Journalism is so loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
Who isn't a journalist?
Yeah, I mean, it is bullshit because every other comedy thing that talks about the news has not been banned, just us, last I checked. So it's real kick in the gut. But if anyone works at Meta or knows someone who works at Meta who can help us out with this problem, we've obviously appealed and stuff, but so far no response. Feel free to email staff@thebeaverton.com if you can save our asses. This is not a joke. They really have banned us. In case anyone thought we were kidding, they've not banned us. They've blocked us from being seen from anyone in Canada because we're news and the whole Canadian News Act and Meta refusing to pay into it and stuff, so they just blocked all the news sites. So we are blocked on Instagram for absolutely no reason whatsoever. I guess we just said some buzzwords that the algorithm determined were newsy. I don't know.
How many articles have we written about Mark Zuckerberg? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, most of them were positive.
Oh, really? Oh.
All our satiric articles about how cool he was.
Oh, he's so cool. We love him.
How sexy he was doing that thing where he was carrying the flag while windsurfing or whatever.
Oh, with the white, like the like even whiter face. That he
Yeah.
has?
Yeah. Like
so
he was...
hot. Mark, yes. Let us back on Instagram.
Zinc Daddy.
Wow.
Slap some more of that grease on your freaking face, Zinc Daddy. We love it so much. Hey, what's new on Facebook? The Beavertons loves you. Please give us our account back. Please we want it.
Yeah, we still have our account, so people who are not in Canada or have a VPN can still see our stuff.
Oh,
but,
great. Our core audience.
Yeah,
That's good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yes, our core audience are people with VPNs. I should have mentioned that. So this really only knocked about 10% down. But it's also hard to post because we can't see our own stuff.
What do you mean?
I can't because I'm in Canada.
But you own it. It's
you don't
yours.
have a VPN?
Well, I could turn on my VPN, yes.
There you go.
I'm a core audience member.
Core audience member.
So I have a VPN.
What
So
if we
get a
just-
The
VPN.
Beaverton Podcast brought to you by ExpressVPN.
What if we just waited a year before we talked about something? Wow. Right? That's not journalism because it's not news.
Vintage journalism.
Can we do that? Vintage
Nostalgia.
No, we can't use journalism.
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia. Retro something.
Nostalgia, not news.
Retro comedy.
Satirical.
We're
There you
retro
go.
comedy now.
Yeah.
That is a decent SNL desk bit, like topical comedian who's a year behind.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That could be us.
I think Kamala's going to win. All right, well, let's dive in. We begin with Mark Carney's global tour of trade. I don't know what we're calling it, but it's making the news. there was obviously a massive speech today that I want to get into. I want to give a little bit of backdrop because I want to talk about, since we were last recording, we speculated that he was going to strike a deal with China. He has now struck a deal with China. The deal drops tariffs on Chinese-made EVs in exchange for them dropping tariffs on our agricultural products. Essentially, it's about 50,000 EVs will be let into Canada at a low-ish tariff rate. In exchange, canola seed duties that China charges will be down to 15%, and no tariffs on other products like lobster, crabs, and peas until at least the end of this year.
So random.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know we were big pea producers, but apparently we are, and that's probably my Toronto bias leaking it again that I don't know our. I don't.
Manitoba is famous for them, Luke.
We've always been famous for creating world peace across the world. I heard the don't and I still did it. I went for it. Niall saw it bubble up in me and he was like, put that devil away. Put that back in the cage.
Walk away.
Do we think does this seem like a fair deal for Canada? How do we feel about the deal as it was announced?
I mean, the EV part, I will say, let's all be candid, was about propping up Tesla for the most part, and I will bathe in broken glass before I give Elon Musk $1. So it's from that perspective, like, I don't really see the point of us subsidizing him anymore. I will also say that canola farmers are Canadians too, and they've been suffering under tariffs. So
pea farmers.
And pea farmers and crab folk and lobster folk and fish guys. They're all
Mermen and mermaids.
all of that jazz.
Namor.
They deserve a little
Lord of Atlantis. Like, it's about time.
all of them. I think they do. So I can't get into the economic specifics of like what a canola seed is worth to a knee high to a spring bean or whatever the fuck, how farmers measure goods, but it seems like someone's getting a little slice of everything out of this deal. I don't know.
I would say, like, I would take a bunch of lobster over an EV, considering, for cost benefit. Like, I love lobster. Lobster's delicious.
Lobster car. Love that.
And I don't have to pay insurance on lobster and have a parking spot for lobster.
Wow.
Yes.
Also, I've never negotiated a trade deal, so take this with a grain of salt. But we're getting 49,000 EVs, and we get to sell them what sounds like a lot of agricultural stuff.
Yes, it does seem
feels like unfair on, like, we got away with something, Am I wrong?
I don't disagree. I think, and also, like, it's worth noting, like, these are EVs that, like, people want. So there's also a net benefit to the Canadian consumer. These are very cheap compared to most EVs. And, like, to your point, Megan, like, I don't know that, like, the whole thing was we put the tariffs on the EVs to satisfy the U.S. because of Tesla and stuff. And, like, obviously there are good electric vehicles that aren't made by Tesla. But I'm not sure any of them are made in Ontario. Like, obviously we make a lot of cars here, but I'm not sure there's a lot of EVs being made here.
Well, I was going to say, one of Doug Ford has been really pissing himself about this. And I just think it's funny that he's so mad that Mark Carney didn't text him about his little thing when Doug Ford was the one who, like, canceled EV incentive programs in 2018. So he's getting mad about something that he already did away with.
Yeah, no, which made it like that was a dramatic had a dramatic impact on the EV market because EVs with the government, subsidy or whatever, were relatively competitive, and without it just become, basically something that only people who are either going to drive so much that the gas savings will justify it, or just people who are like, willing to spend more in order to feel environmentally friendly, which, as we've discussed, EVs aren't actually that environmentally friendly. Yes, people online, they're still environmentally friendly. They're just not as environmentally friendly as not driving a car.
Stop yelling at us.
People got so mad at me about that, and I said, whoa, I didn't say they were worse than gas. I just said they were worse than not driving a car. But yeah, it does seem like it's a trade deal that essentially breaks down on geographic lines. If you're in Saskatchewan and you're a farmer, this is great. If you're a auto worker in the 905, not great. Which I give Carney some credit for because those Saskatchewan farmers, et cetera, are never going to vote for him still, even with this. And he may lose seats in the 905 for this. So politically, he's probably struck a deal that is, I would argue, good for Canada and probably not great for him politically based on where the votes are and what votes he needs versus what votes are just never going to go to him. But the other side of this is like how much of this is about the deal itself and how much of this is about sending a message to the U.S., right? And I think a lot of it is that second part.
I don't think that they're mutually exclusive options at this point. Like, I don't think that they can be. I think they're far too intertwined. I think the Washington Post put out an article today or yesterday just being like, basically making fun of Carney, saying like, wow, what a short-sighted move. He's clearly just doing this to, I think they use the word troll. like troll Trump. He's
Amazing.
gonna regret this. Yada yada yada. Like he was saying. Oh my God, my favorite thing. They sounded so butthurt about it. They were like, well, Carney said that China was the second and third biggest importer of blah, blah, blah. But what he didn't mention was that the U.S. is number one. And I'm like, yeah.
It's kind of implied.
It's kind of implied, my dude. Anyway, that was just, I read that and it made me laugh. And also, I was just like, what the fuck are you guys on?
What's so great about that is that we have put the U.S. in a position where they're behaving like we do, where it's like, they didn't mention us.
Yes.
The U.S. president gave a speech where he talked about how great Britain was, and he didn't say anything about how great Canada was. And it's like, wait, why would he say that? Like, it's just like, that's such a Canadian attitude of like, he didn't say anything about us.
I know. And then they got to throw in, they're like, yeah, fine. They've been talking about making that's the 51st state, but like, and he's just trolling. I'm like, no, God, you can't say those two things with equal weight and importance here.
No. And I think it's kind of like, I think it's good that we're doing more business with China in general. But it's kind of like, when your grandpa's kind of sundowning and you're like, okay, time to find a new grandpa. And then you go out and you find a younger, hotter grandpa to do business with, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're basically doing. We're finding a younger, hotter grandpa.
Yeah, who still commits terrible crimes.
Who's going to buy our crabs? A younger, hotter grandpa who's going to buy our crabs.
Too. I mean, we all love Crab Grandpa Day.
Crab Grandpa
where
Day.
you go to Grandpa's house and he buys your crabs.
He buys your crabs.
Every year.
And then you take those nickels.
You hide the crabs around the house. Don't look at me like you've never done this, Luke.
No. And then you take all the nickels and you take them to the corner store.
Is this the station version of Easter?
You know what? You agnostics need to calm down. Like, we still get to observe our religion.
Yes.
Okay?
Your crab-based, non-biological grandpa-based religion.
Read your Bible. That's all I'm saying.
Look, everything turns into a crab eventually. Scientists have confirmed. Okay,
Yes.
so you might as well get on board with Crab Grandpa now.
I've missed your takes.
I had the flu and it made me crazier.
I'm not sure if I've relayed this comment to you or if I've just mentioned it when you weren't here, but we got a comment on the Patreon one time that was like, I love when Megan's on because I either hear an incisive political take that I hadn't heard before or the craziest thing that's ever been said. And I just responded like, it can be both.
Why not both?
I think that's the best compliment you could ever hope to get.
Yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
take it. That's great. Thank you very much, listener. Who Luke forgot the name of. I'll remember your name when I look it up. Don't worry.
Fair enough. Yes, I did forget their name. I have nothing to say about that. The backlash against the deal came from kind of two quarters. As you mentioned, there was Doug Ford, who in addition to just being mad because obviously, and in fairness, I get why he would be mad. This doesn't do anything for Ontario, and this hurts the auto sector. I do get that. So fair enough, although, there's reasonable criticism, and then what Doug Ford said, which is just, they're going to be spying on us through the cars. If you're on your phone, if you're on your iPhone making a call in the car, the Chinese car, they're going to spy on you. And do you know, what glaring irony Doug kind of ignored there?
Well, yeah, and just Doug spends his entire career on his personal phone or burner phones.
Well, I was going to say, the iPhones are made in China, too.
Right.
Oh.
So if you're making a call on your
yeah.
iPhone that's made in China, and they don't need to get the car bugged. They already got the iPhone bugged.
Sure.
Yeah, I think they did an interview with him, and they were like, "You said that China is going to be, bugging the cars, and cell phones. How do you know that?" And he's like, "Well, just look at what Carney said when he went over to China. They're using burner phones. That's my evidence."
I mean, okay, I obviously don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to talk anyways, because that's podcasting, everybody. Does it hurt the Ontario auto industry? I know that sounds like a very stupid question, but I'm like, if there's no subsidies, there's 49,000 cars coming in.
Yeah.
How much worse off is it today than it was yesterday?
I mean, I think if you just as a pure economics 101, like if you're creating a dramatic, which even in Canada, 49,000 is a dramatic increase in supply. Okay. Generally speaking, prices go down, which is worse for the supplier.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but you're also talking about 49,000. I think it's in a year, right? Like in a single year, electric vehicles that are, by all accounts, dirt cheap, and so are going to people who are buying $20,000 to $40,000 cars, new that were made in Oshawa, whether they were EVs or not, probably are now potentially going to be buying these. So I mean, potentially there's harm there. Am I saying it's going to be in a month from now we're going to hear that all these car companies have laid off thousands of Canadians? No, I don't think so. But I think generally speaking, you're increasing supply, and which will generally lower demand for Canadian-made cars.
I did.
ahead.
Oh no, I did read something about how they, and again, this is just one guy, but he was a professor at I think U of Windsor or something like that, basically saying that 49,000 cars, roughly equivalent, is the equivalent of like 3% of Ontario's car manufacturing, and something like a plant could make that in a month. So
so it's a month's damage.
Okay.
I will also say, like,
Seems like a lot for a month's damage.
I would agree.
That's one factory, though.
Yeah.
That's not
Right.
all of Ontario.
I don't know.
I also think, like, we're getting a lot of message. Like, Trump was in Detroit recently and was like, we don't need Canadian vehicles. We're fine. We don't need them vehicles.
We don't need Kuzma.
No, and so, like, there is this potential in a hypothetical future switcheroo situation where, like, all of these American companies sort of move away from Ontario manufacturing, and then we have a bunch of car factories, and we have a bunch of Chinese automobile folks who might want to make some cars here because they're selling a lot of cars here, and it's doing pretty well. This is a little bit far into the future. It's not in the deal, but we could do a switcheroo and just let Chinese people make cars here. We could.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think Carney has openly speculated that in the future, the production of the car, it might become economical for the production of the cars to actually be made in Canada if there's enough demand here. So, like, that is absolutely a possibility.
It's far from guaranteed, obviously, but like just because we lose one car, company or brand doesn't mean we can't talk to some other folks.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's open it up. Let's open up our relationship, guys.
Let's open a car company.
Yeah,
Five wheels, no brakes.
Then we can get back on Instagram.
We get
We're
back
a
on
car
Instagram.
company, you guys. We're not.
We make cars
journalists.
now. We gave up on journalism and now we make cars.
Yeah.
I would like.
Beavermobiles.
No.
Yes.
You said that so confidently.
Yes.
Anything with beavers gonna be rough. I'm not gonna lie.
I also
You
like
really
that
never
was
know
your
where to go.
second draft. Whatever the first one, you were like the beat. No. Yeah.
That went right
like
to
Beaver
Juliet.
No, I was gonna try to be like work EV into it, but BV mobile, like the beaver. No, it wasn't as fun
hate that.
or inappropriate.
BV is probably not. Yeah, we should probably avoid BV too.
BV Mobili.
We should probably curve that one a little bit.
Yeah.
That's
fine.
That's gentle feedback, though. I love your work. Huge fan.
Thank you so much. China, call me. Actually, I'm just listening on my phone.
Yeah. The other blowback came, of course, from Poilievre, who said, we are, exposing ourselves to massive security problems. China, which, again, there is a reasonable discussion to be had about what security issues doing more business with China opens up. And, we might talk about it a little bit later. The thing about it, though, is that Poilievre just a couple months ago was blasting Carney for not getting a deal with China. So, and he knows that people are going to go back and every journalist, is going to report that he said this previously, and now he's saying the exact opposite. So I guess he's just assuming that his base doesn't care about the fact that he's a walking contradiction.
Correct.
Yeah, I feel like, isn't that the job? Like, basically, whatever Carney says, we don't even have to report on it. We know whatever he says, he's going to say the opposite.
Yeah,
we don't even have to look it up. We could literally be like, so Poilievre said that it was violently opposed to whatever just happened.
Yeah.
Probably going to be right.
Yeah, it's true.
That's the job.
Yeah.
You know what? I agree that's the job. But again, I come back to my central point that I've been making about Poilievre for months is do it better. Just do the job better in a way that isn't so obvious and slapdash and shitty in a way that adds some grace and nuance to the job.
At this point, I kind of think, not to victim blame, but I'm just saying, it's the NBA thing. When a player shows you who they are, believe them.
I don't think he's not going to get better.
You're in a toxic relationship with this guy.
I think that quote usually wasn't an NBA quote.
No,
when someone
it's
shows you who they are, believe them.
Oh, I thought that
If
was
someone
basketball.
dunks you who you are, believe basket.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah.
Swoosh.
Can you say it again?
Larry Bird.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I couldn't. Sorry, it was a
Very
one-time-
relevant basketball reference
Yeah.
of a guy who famously dunked a lot, Larry Bird.
3 points to you.
Yay.
That's a 3-point dunk for sure.
Half court.
Yeah.
Half court.
All right, well, let's talk about Carney's next moves, which is, after a brief stop in Qatar, where he didn't sign anything and suggested we should further trade, which half of me thinks that that whole thing was planned for when there's inevitably blowback about dealing with someone with as many human rights abuses and stuff as China. He's like, well, what if I also did something worse?
to Qatar,
Makes the
right?
China thing look a lot better, doesn't it? Which is not bad from a strategy perspective, honestly. Just be like, I know you're mad about me signing the deal with this guy, but what if I sign the deal with a way worse guy? Bet you feel better about that other guy now, right? Like, it's not bad. I give him that.
There's also only so many boys at prom. You know what I mean? Like, you at a point, if all the boys are authoritarians, you have to dance with some of them.
Yeah,
you don't have a
true.
choice, right? You might as well pick the least offensive boy. One boy is engaging, I believe, in slavery, which is not great.
And one is engaging in genocide.
And one is engaging, but actually, two are engaging in genocide, kind of. When you think about the orange boy, he's also doing kind of a genocide over there with immigrants, etc.
And then, so your only option is just keep the hand stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Above the waist, hand stuff.
Yeah.
Good lesson.
Carney,
Good
I
lesson
hope you're
in
listening.
general.
I hope you're taking notes.
Above the waist hand stuff,
Above the
Carney.
waist, hand stuff. With whatever
Good
boy
rule
you
of
get.
thumb for prom, good rule of thumb for the World Economic Forum, which is where we're heading.
I got that from an economics class. I don't know what you guys got.
Yeah.
Dipped in at Yale.
Invisible hands, only invisible hand stuff.
Invisible hands of the
Got 'em.
market. Yeah. Above the waist and over the clothes.
We're just like two Larry Birds over here, just dunking over and over again.
You're just slow dancing.
Just two Larry Birds
Dunking over
getting
them.
fingered by the invisible hand of the market.
While we dunk over and over again. Can we get some fan art, please?
Yeah, I'm waiting. Thank you. I'm waiting.
What
Somewhere
color-
Adam Smith is rolling in his grave and is also into it. I don't know. He might have been freaky. Who knows?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Carney headed to the World Economic Forum in Davos, and he gave a speech just this afternoon as we record. And I, on principle, would never want to recommend people go and listen to a politician speak at the World Economic Forum.
For half an hour.
For half an hour. But it's a crazy goddamn speech. He essentially just threw down the gauntlet of where we're at. And by all accounts, wrote this thing himself, didn't go through the usual watering it down through all the consultants' things. I want to read one quick snippet from it to you guys. We knew the story of the international rules-based order was partially false, that the strongest would exempt themselves when convenient, that trade rules were enforced asymmetrically, and we knew that international law applied with varying rigor depending on the identity of the accused or the victim. This fiction was useful. If this speech wasn't given by the most centrist man to ever centrist, this is like a radical speech. He's been dealing with Trump for like 6 months, and he's like a third-year poli-sci student who just read Franz Fanon for the first time, and is like, it's all been bullshit this whole time. The world is power and might. Take up your arms, brothers, and fight with me. Like, it's the most radical speech, and it's given with the suit and tie banker man at the World Economic Forum in Davos, and that part just blew my mind. But how did you guys react to that part of the speech as a whole? How were you feel?
Bars. I thought it was like the geopolitical equivalent of Jerry Maguire's speech when he's like, "Who's with me?" and no one was. But
Yeah, I wrote down a quote that I liked as well because it's just infinitely quotable by the most boring man alive.
Yeah.
And it just said middle powers must act together because if you're not at the table, you are on the menu.
Yeah.
And in a world of great power rivalry, the countries in between have a choice to compete with each other for favor or to combine to create a third path with impact. And I was just like, he managed, and you know what? I have shit on him, I think, understandably, a lot of the time in his actions in the last couple of weeks for not mentioning the United States and it having and I didn't like it. But this time he managed to do this entire speech without mentioning Trump.
Yeah.
But it was still like everyone knew. He made it very, very clear that everybody knew who it was about. It was such a giant middle finger. I really liked it. I'll be curious as to how he, moving forward, puts those things into action while still having to deal with the states.
I will be very interested to see the U.S.'s response because this is going so viral, and everyone is, as you are, correctly reading it as it's fascinating because he's essentially he is not naming but naming Trump. Obviously, it's the punch that Muhammad Ali didn't throw as the guy was going down. It's all that stuff, but it's also a statement of which again has been made before, but you just don't hear it from politicians very much of this Trump and everything he's doing reveals how fucked up things were already. And how we were all just clinging to this because it was making us rich and we weren't the ones getting killed. And so we signed that devil's bargain. And And again, like, I agree with that point, but I'm just like, the fact that Mark Carney is the one saying it, like the guy who looks like the devil in a suit when he would come to Earth.
And he kind of, like, he's a capitalist, right? Like, he's a banker daddy. Like, he's so personally invested in this, which makes me kind of worry a little bit that it's just a good speech that he's not intending on actually making strides towards, because if he does, I will give him credit and I look forward to seeing it. But sometimes I look at him and I'm just like, oh boy. Like, I really hope it's more than words.
I, opposite to Claire, have probably cut Carney the most slack on this podcast previously. I was also really happy. It felt very satisfying that someone was finally saying it. And like, we've kind of all been this frog in boiling water around the Trump sort of brand existence for the last 10 years, where he's just been further normalized and normalized and normalized. And now it's finally like, no, like, let's all fucking agree this is actually fucking crazy. Formally, please. Because it's exhausting. It's tiring to hear about this constantly. It's infuriating. And like, it was nice to hear him say it.
It does, yeah. There was like, there's some power gained by people not doing this, right? Everyone tiptoeing and maybe it'll get better, maybe it'll get better. Yeah. And now this is the basic, like, a lot of the leverage came from, you don't want any of this, right? You don't want a piece of this. And then this is essentially us saying, and this might be very regrettable, yeah, all right, I'll take a piece. But it's like, I don't see what choice he had, right? Like, this was happening. Yeah. This is it's that we keep, like, how many times have we said every deal with Trump is meaningless? Yeah. How many times have we said, we know it, we know it, like, how many, it's only been a year, and he's illustrated that so many times.
I mean, he just proved it again this week by tariffing half of Europe, who he just signed a free trade deal with. Or not free trade, but he just signed a trade deal with.
So this was it. This is the option. This is the only option, and you may as well just peel the Band-Aid. Let's do it, and hopefully we're still here in a few years.
Well, the other option is to continue to get shaken down by a mob boss internationally all the time. And it's like, it's time for all of us, the whole world, to move on and figure out what we're going to do, because Trump is not going to change. He's always going to be looking for the way to make a quick buck off of everybody, the way to stab people in the back, turn around on deals, cancel them, all of this. He is not a reliable trading partner anymore. And to be really pointed about this, the American people are not really doing anything about it. So we're kind of stuck. We kind of have no choice but to move on and figure out how to operate.
And I really hope that we do it before he dies, to be perfectly honest. And I mean that quite seriously, because I think that, like, when he dies, I feel like the people who surrounded him are smart enough to take a step back and be a little bit more insidious about it, and pretend this didn't happen, and pretend that we can go back to the way it was.
No, I think you were right about if he dies.
If he dies, he signed some sort of devil's pact, brother.
We had a poll on the Patreon about when it will happen, and a lot of people seem to be in that camp of like, he'll outlive us all. He's a fucking cockroach.
Those marks are on his hand. I don't know what he's doing.
That's
what happens when he like drains the youth from like an intern.
Yeah. He touches the draining orb and it scorches his palms.
That's why they're like doing so much rebuilds around the White House, just dumping bodies.
Damn.
Interns.
Damn, spitting bars over there. Freaking Larry Bird laying it up again.
It's so wrong. That was so funny if you know basketball. It's just so wrong.
And I don't, and I'm still laughing.
So fantastically correct.
Laying it up is better than dunking for Larry Bird, who I think had 2 dunks his whole career. But you
got to go back to the dunks. Anyways.
It comes back to the point we've been begging for with Carney, which is like this mushy middle doesn't work. So pick a lane and stick with it. And to your point, Claire, like, he has clearly chosen his lane. The China, like, and you can't separate the China deal and going to Qatar and all the stuff he's been doing with Europe from this. Like, they are clearly part of the same strategy. And probably what tipped Carney over into, we have to go this way, was because, like, economics are one thing, but now it's like, we're reading all the stuff, and we're about to talk about it, of course, about Greenland, about how Trump's obsessed with Canada's Arctic and all that stuff. And, like, I think that's where, like, maybe we could survive Trump 2.0 for 4 years economically. Can we survive it as a nation? We don't. Like, it's increasingly is in doubt.
Yeah. I should not have to, like, be going online every half an hour to make sure that he isn't actively sending troops to various other countries.
Yeah, and it's like if your boyfriend threatened to break up with you 50 times, at a point you'd be like, okay, bye, my new boyfriend is Chinese. You know what I mean? Like, you would just be done.
Or my new boyfriend is Chinese, and then I got a side piece that's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the Middle
Yeah,
East.
like
I'm in a
12
polycule with half of Europe.
12 other side pieces.
Let's eat, pray, love. Let's find our groove.
Oh my God, our Prime Minister's suggesting polyamory, guys.
Oh my
would
God.
feel that that's pretty, yeah.
Does He Pray Love end with Julia Roberts just having
Oh,
multiple
yeah.
side pieces?
Well, there's the director's cut. It is a lot. The full length of the movie is 3 hours. I don't know if you guys knew that.
It's a lot of love.
Yeah.
It's a lot of love.
Well, let's talk about the Trump side of this, because that is obviously so intertwined with why Carney did this and is the driving force, of course. So he has put tariffs on European countries until the U.S. is given total control over Greenland. He also sent a letter to the Norwegian prime minister saying that the reason all this is happening, basically, is because Norway didn't give him the Nobel Peace Prize. I don't think he knows that Norway and Denmark are separate countries. I'm going to start with that fundamental principle. I don't think there's even a discussion there.
Wait,
He does not know that Norway and Denmark are separate countries. I think he thinks Denmark deprived him of the Nobel Peace Prize. Well, sometimes we do break news, and sometimes the news is broken to one of us by revealing that Denmark and Norway are
This just in, Denmark,
Nile
different country.
They don't even neighbor. They're separated by Sweden.
But
What is a Sweden?
we're kind of reverse birding right now, bud. Let's
Making
get
up
back on it.
Names?
This just in, Sweden exists.
Oh, I went to Sweden, everybody.
This is a reverse bird. You're anti-dunking. We got to get you back. We got to get this boy a map. Get back on the court. Give him the ball.
I was enjoying this play.
Home run.
Bounce pass.
Bounce pass. Now what the hell is that?
The name is pretty descriptive.
Oh, wait, guys, we could go traveling to Sweden.
Hey.
Basketball.
We could, if that place existed.
Which it doesn't.
You were so confused by the Swedish chef on the Muppets, weren't you?
I thought he was the Norwegian chef, is he not?
Yeah,
Guys,
famously
we're
the Norwegian
such
chef.
great journalists.
We're killing it in the journalism field. Ask Instagram.
This just
We're doing better than Barry Weiss, eh?
I mean, if that's the bar.
The bar is in hell, but we are clearing it.
Yeah. So Trump is now has outwardly stated, and if it wasn't clear before, he expects the U.S. to acquire Greenland either by trade or purchase, Louisiana Purchase style, which everyone who on Denmark's side, on the EU side, has made clear will not happen, or by military force. In all of this, has anyone figured out why Trump wants Greenland so bad?
It's national security, Luke. What if Russia,
Sorry,
what
I
if
forgot
the
about that.
Russians try to invade another country in the middle of winter? It's always worked out so well for them.
I have two theories. One, he watched The Secret Life of Walter Mitty
Sure.
and is like, oh my God, Greenland. Or two,
That's Iceland.
fuck it.
It's Iceland.
Iceland,
joking about
different
the first
country.
time.
They're the same.
Or
basically.
two,
Yeah.
it's another second invasion of Venezuela. He forgot that they have Alaska.
Sure.
I think he's like, I gotta get to the Arctic. We should go to Alaska. Yes, we'll go there after we get to the Arctic. That's my theory.
I think those are beautiful theories. I think it's also like a bit of a Rorschach test, right? What you believe Trump wants out of this Greenland thing is going to directly correlate to how smart you think Trump is. If you think he's an idiot, you're like, he look at map, land big, look good, yum,
Yeah.
yum, delicious.
Yet another victim of the Mercator
Correct.
projection.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you think he's a genius, he's like backdooring with Russia to like end NATO so that Russia can invade Latvia and all these other places. Like the world order explodes intentionally. Or, if you're somewhere in the middle, which is where I tend to fall, is he's a mob boss. He wants to be able to shake people down better. That's a great geographical position to be able to do that. It's critical minerals. It's all these things that people want in a place that he can extract. It's national security in a very loose, theoretical kind of way. Like, it's a great place for him to put some pawns and shake some people down.
But he's like and this is a movie pitch, yes. He's like a toddler mob boss, though.
Yeah, the
right?
boss
Where
baby.
it's just like he's the mob boss baby.
Oh my
yes.
God.
It's
All right,
because
I'm sold.
Yeah,
right away.
people
Elevator
have told
pitch.
him he can't have something, and so he wants it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look who's shaken down too.
That's good.
Linger on that. Let that sit.
I think they're
That's
too.
so
I think they're
good.
too young for the look who's talking
I
reference.
was with the baby with the sunglasses, and then there's a second baby with sunglasses. I was present at a Blockbuster
He's
many
smoking
times.
a cigar in this one.
Oh my God. The 90s were crazy. We gotta get stop giving babies cigars, bro.
I got a pitch for the room, at least for the rest of the month or for February. Let's just not try to figure out what his motivations are. Because it's crazy making.
entirely
and
fair.
we'll never know. I promise you, he doesn't know what his motivations
I'm
are.
partly
So I
convinced.
don't think we should look into it.
I'm mostly
fair.
convinced
That's
that
fair.
like Stephen Miller hypnotizes him every night.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like, all of the answers are correct.
Yeah.
Everything we've said is the truth. This guy is he has no idea.
You're right. It is grasping at windmills to try and understand the complexities, by which I mean the complete smoothness of Trump's brain. So let's talk about what's being done in response, which is so the European countries are sending troops to Greenland and indicating obviously we're not going to back down here. Canada also considering sending troops, and Carney both today and in previous speeches reiterated that they stand by Greenland and Denmark, that Article 5 of NATO, which essentially says if you attack one of us, you attack all of us, is a fundamental principle of NATO, which I saw a lot of people freaking out about as if like that isn't the whole reason for NATO to exist. It's a collective defense agreement. You attack one of us, you attack all of us. That's, I mean, you can be mad about the idea of it and how, what are you going to do, go to the war with the U.S.? Like, legally, yes, that's what it is.
And just to be clear, is the U.S. going to have to send troops as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they'll have some. They could just do it at home, right?
You know what? Yeah, just
Yeah.
U.S. Civil
That
War
saves
II does seem
travel.
easier.
Drones.
Hey.
Yeah, just let us know how it goes. And
Absolutely.
then we'll fight whoever's left.
Sure. Sounds great.
I solve problems.
Yeah, we'll Cersei it. We'll be like, you guys fight up by the wall.
Yeah.
Whoever's last come down to King's Landing. Yeah, sounds good.
I love Lord of the Rings. God, it's that good
No,
with that ring.
that was NBA.
That was the
Yeah,
NBA?
for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Cersei was Larry Bird's nickname.
Oh my God. Get it. Dunk it, Cersei.
Oh, and he uses the Force.
King's Landing is where they have the finals every year.
Incredible. What about the dunk contest?
They push the losers out the window.
Oh my God. I love it.
So the thing about Greenland,
We're locked in right now. We are locked into the brain.
Just cooking.
We're ready.
I didn't
Hit
say you weren't cooking.
Brother, hit us with what you're about to ask because we're ready.
We are Trump's internal monologue right now. Just a bunch of voices
Yeah.
spitting random shit.
The question is, are there things European leaders can actually do to deter Trump, or is this just...
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes, please.
Yes, they can dump U.S. Treasury bonds, but we don't want to do
real.
that because that's bad. And I can explain why in regular speaking voice if anyone would like that.
Please.
Okay, so other countries buy into the U.S. Treasury bonds, and essentially it's like buying a piece of American debt that you hold on to. And you exchange that for liquidity so that the U.S. can continue to operate as a country. They're kind of the center of business in this world that we currently live in. And so we want them to have liquidity. So all of these countries around the world own a little piece of U.S. debt. If every country that owns, or multiple countries that own U.S. debt, decide it's time to pay the piper, give me my money back at the same time, essentially what would happen in America, my understanding, is we would cause what I would describe as a great depression. Things would be really bad.
Oh, actually, I think at that point it becomes an awesome depression.
An awesome depression, a stratospherically
three
wonderful
grades?
depression. Yeah. No, you're right. And so it would be really
awesome.
bad.
SSRIs cannot touch this shit.
It would be really awful for American people, obviously. That's part of the reason why we don't do it. But the second reason is so much international business is done on the US dollar, like oil is traded in USD. And all of those industries would basically take a huge shit if we did that, and it would be really bad. So we don't want to do it. But if it's a choice between money or people's lives, I can see that hopefully in a capitalistic world, fingers crossed, that at least decision is on the table and we can still pull that lever.
Yeah, it is a huge tool that all these countries have. The U.S. debt is probably its biggest weak point economically and maybe even militarily. And the problem is, of course, as you just said, like, you know, not only is the U.S. dollar kind of the world's currency, all global economies at this point, all economies, excuse me, are so integrated across the globe that it's impossible to cause a depression in one without causing a depression in others. Like, you know, I mean, there's no such thing as a single country depression anymore. Like, it all ripples out. Like, other than like very small countries, like there's no such thing as a single country depression amongst the big economic powers. So that's the flaw is like it's a cut off your nose to spite your face situation where you're going to get hit too. It's just, do I hit the other guy even harder to get him to stop doing this other thing I really don't want? But I agree, that is a huge tool they have.
Or just using it as a threat. essentially.
Which they are doing.
Yeah,
I believe
good.
they are saying like maybe we'll dump some treasury bonds. Maybe. And hopefully U.S. business owners will go to Trump and be like, "Sir, please, please, sir, no, my precious chips, my delicious chips. I must sell my chips."
That'll for sure work.
Yeah.
You know who's really good at listening?
Hey, if McDonald's gets into it.
There are people powerful enough that when they call, Trump does answer. Can they get through? And in the first term, this was what we hung our hat on. Is there was like the Steve Mnuchins and the guys who were these huge pieces of shit, but fundamentally understood how economics work and didn't want to see the U.S. cause another Great Recession or Great Depression. And people could call them and be like, if he does this, everything gets fucked. And Mnuchin would somehow get Trump to not do this. Yeah. Those guys aren't in cabinet anymore, or aren't in the White House anymore. So now it's like the business leaders have to talk to Trump directly. How much he actually takes in versus just in one ear, Diet Coke, out the other, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's do it. It's time to blow up the team.
I think
famous end of most action movies is the whole team blows up and then the credits roll on.
That's another basketball thing. Blow up the team. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Only in this case, the team is capitalism. We're just blowing up the team.
Yeah, the team is society.
Awesome. Love it. It's a real rebuilding year anyway.
It is a rebuild. We're going to enter a rebuild.
Oh, that's accurate.
We'll have some lean years and then...
All right, title of the episode, The Global Economy Enters a Rebuild Year.
How's the global economy's farm system?
We shouldn't have traded away all those draft picks to China.
We got some good kids in the G League. Let me tell you, we've got potential. Great upside. So much upside, you guys.
I think we could grab some European prospects and bring them over here.
Yeah.
This guy scored 18 points in the Spanish B League, so get them all over here. All right.
Sure, the Japanese league is on fire.
So obviously this news comes in addition to Greenland being bad for Greenland's sake and for Denmark's sake and global security's sake. The NBC News reported that after Greenland, the next big area of Trump concern is Canada's Arctic because Trump is obsessed with the idea that Canada's weak defense on our northern border leaves us vulnerable to Russia and China. Like, I know everyone knows this. It is hundreds of thousands of kilometers, half of which are islands. Like, what are we supposed to do? Build forts? Like, how would we secure the Arctic?
Again, I mean, listen, we can riff if you want to. I'm just trying to save us some some cortisol. A little cortisol dump. He doesn't mean a fucking word of that. That's the excuse this week. It's gonna be something else. I don't like their face. It's just gonna keep moving.
Luke, cut to the fucking quiz. We're done here. We don't need to be doing this anymore.
I'm just saying, let's just no, like
20 minutes in, and now it's time for the approximately. I know we're more than 20 minutes.
There was a fentanyl thing, right? Wasn't it? Oh, Canada's fentanyl. He was upset about that. We fixed that. Now it's the fucking. It's just gonna keep moving.
Yeah.
He's insane, guys. He's mentally ill.
All right, that's fair. I mean, I didn't think there was anything we could actually do. It's just hilarious to imagine, like, if we're just going to build a bunch of, like, fucking forts along the Arctic like it's the 1600s and we're securing the Huron.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. We just set up a line of weaponized Canadian geese. Let them go to town.
I mean, they famously don't like the cold. They fly away in the cold months.
Damn it!
Also, someplace called Sweden exists.
Everybody's learning something this episode.
It's filled with bullshit facts.
Sorry to yes-no you, but
like good improv.
But no, come on. No one's coming over the top. It's too cold. No one's going to come over the top. They're going to come through over Alaska, and they already have a bunch of early warning shit there. So basically, he wants us to build infrastructures to confirm things that American government has already seen on their radars. It's just silly Billy Goose business, but not that far north because they get cold. I'm just learning now. They fly south.
I just want my weaponized Canadian geese gun.
Give a goose a gun. Give a mouse a muffin. Give a goose a gun. Give a cat a Kalashnikov.
That's where Claire's Patreon money is going. Yeah. Just weaponized geese in her basement.
One goose at a time.
That's a secret room for people sign up.
And if you're one of the top tier supporters,
I'll name a goose after you.
Yeah.
You get to see how it's going.
You get to learn how many Americans your goose kills.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
How undignified.
Just like at the end of every video, a list of running total of kills.
Like in the Hunger Games, they do little cannon and then yell at people, yeah.
Just little X's along its neck.
0 honk 30 over here. It's crazy.
Oh, my God. And you thought we couldn't riff on this.
I didn't say we couldn't. I'm just saying.
All right, let's start with the last bit of Trump news, which is the Board of Peace that is going to govern the second phase of the ceasefire in Gaza. Obviously, laughing because, Israel has kept killing people pretty much every day since the ceasefire took hold. But anyways, the invitees include Netanyahu himself, Tony Blair, and Vladimir Putin, as well as just generally terrible people like Hungary's Viktor Orban. There are a lot of reports that Carney has been offered a seat on the Board of Peace.
Probably not anymore.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Carney has specifically said he won't spend I forgot to mention, it is $1 billion for a permanent seat. Trump is going to oversee that money. Carney has said, or I think through Philippe Champagne has said, or Francois Champagne, excuse me, has said that they won't spend the $1 billion, but you can still get a 3-year seat for, I don't know, free or less money. I don't know. Anyways, Carney has reportedly been offered that seat. Should we take it? Is that like, do we think, similar to the argument from last year, like, would it be good to join to hollow out from the inside? This isn't speculating on motives. This is just asking if he should do it. There's no motive-based question here.
I just think at this point, if you are giving Trump money and it is not at gunpoint, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, you're the dumbass at that point.
Correct.
Yes.
Come on. You're not getting that money back and nothing is happening.
No.
It's sad.
No.
Yeah, so forget about the money, but like, would it be beneficial to have a Canadian voice on this legitimately probably very evil board that's going to be either responsible for saving, Palestinians from even worse genocide or not? Because it would be beneficial to have one not evil voice on this board, or do you think it just corrupts us by joining?
I think send an intern. I don't think anything. I think it's just theater at this point, right?
I'm not sold that they're actually going to meet at this point, genuinely. Like, it doesn't feel like it's actually going to materialize into anything meaningful or helpful. So I don't know. I see the argument for having someone there who's like a decent, normal human being who wants to limit suffering, but I also see the possible reality, likely reality that this thing is a sham. It's not real. He's just getting more money from people.
Or it's not a sham, and they do what they're essentially hinting that they're going to do in Gaza anyway, which is essentially just like put up golden statues of Trump at every street corner, and the killing will probably continue.
Yeah.
I don't want our country to be on a list of people like that.
I agree. Yeah, that's the thing is like if you join this, you are going to get blood on your hands. Yes. Because whatever this board does, it is going to be signing off on a thing that is going to result in deaths. Yes, and I don't think that Carney is going to be the voice of wisdom that Netanyahu and Viktor Orban listen to. Right. I don't think that that's going to happen. Yeah, so the calculation is the blood on your hands worth it if it means that your voice was powerful enough to make them be slightly less suffering? And your point is we probably won't be listened to. We'll just be ignored, and Netanyahu and Trump will do whatever they want. I mean, I can't say for sure, but that's just what I feel is going to happen. It can kind of. No, I'm serious now.
Okay, I'm locked in. I'm not listening.
I actually think. I mean, again, like everyone here, I don't think it's very likely, but I think it might be worth the lottery ticket if we have someone who's a really good diplomat. Send him out. Just if you can save somebody, just by.
We got him right in front of us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Larry Bird.
I don't understand who this man is, and now it's like, it's evolving as a joke.
Come on, all NBA games take place on a stage.
Well, if the whole world's a stage, then I guess the NBA would fall into it.
And all of us are merely players.
No, I agree, though. I think that's a good point.
I don't know.
It's a lottery ticket, but
it's an absolute, it's a Powerball lottery ticket. Your odds are terrible, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it would be, classic Canadian approach is the middle power approach is like you try and line up as many countries of relatively your size and global influence and kind of form a block together. And so, that would potentially, potentially like with the UK, with France, with who are obviously more powerful than us, but those kind of people who have been sort of aligned with us on speaking out on behalf of Gaza, obviously not enough, nor have we done enough, but have been sort of aligned with us on that front. and like work together. But Macron has already said he won't join. So like now it's like, okay, am I just going to be the token good person on this board of evil with Tony Blair and Netanyahu and war criminal XYZ, so that, you know, they can push me forward and be like, look, this guy, everyone likes this guy, and he signed off on it. It's a genuinely an impossible calculation. I think every time I think about it, I come to a different conclusion. Sometimes I'm like, if you can save one life and you think there's a chance you can save one life, just do it. And the other side is like, but if you're going to be used to justify, if your reputation is going to be used to justify the slaughter, then actually you're resulting in more suffering. And it's impossible to know.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. The worst case, do more people die if I join? And if, like, the best case, I save somebody. Worst case, I don't know that more people will die if Canada's a part of this, right?
No,
like,
you don't
they're
know.
going to do
Like,
whatever they're going to do.
If you're, the other thing is, if you join, you can't critique, you can't resist, you can't try and do other things, right? You're in. You're in the tent pissing out, not the outside pissing in, right? So is there a benefit?
On the outside, always pissing in.
That's so beautiful.
You haven't heard that expression
I've
before?
never heard
Have you
that
never
before.
watched a basketball game?
I have watched so many basketball games. It's crazy. I love it when
That's what happens.
when the boys get the ball.
Oh, yeah.
And I go nuts.
And in the third quarter, they piss out of the tent.
Really?
We got to go to a game. Once.
Let's go. Let's leave right now. Are the Raps playing tonight? Let's leave. I'm done.
What's great about
Look
this,
at
for a little
that.
behind the scenes on this, is that our producers, Andrew and Diana, are massive basketball fans. So Andrew's
yeah, what do you think my
Andrew's
source of
listening to this
information
edit right
is?
now being like, what the fuck?
He's vibrating 6 inches off the ground with rage right now.
No, I read Andrew's big book of basketball. This is where all this information is coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. It's a good read.
All right, well, let's move off Trump. I want to quickly talk about Pierre Poilievre not running in Battle River Crowfoot. The Conservatives have informed the former MP, the guy who stepped aside for Poilievre, as their candidate in the next election, meaning Poilievre will not be running there. But it's a safe Conservative seat. He spent all this time on it. Why doesn't he just run there? Like, what? I don't understand this. Like, what is this move? Like, is he gonna run back in Carleton?
It's a warning. It's if you don't win your seat in the next election, you're fucking gone. We are not protecting you anymore. That's my theory. They're like, we're not giving you a sure seat. You have to win this election, otherwise you are gone. We are getting a new leader. I think he's on his last legs. That's my read on it anyway.
I mean, that'd be fascinating. It's just I genuinely don't know where he's going to go. Like, if he runs again in Carleton and loses to Fanjoy again.
I don't think it'll be Carleton. I think it'll be
Yeah.
it'll be a different place where there's a hole. They need someone to plug.
I wonder if he's going to be too afraid to run in Ottawa.
I would think so. I mean, he's so incredibly unpopular in Ontario. I mean, he's very unpopular everywhere, but he's so unpopular in Ontario.
Everybody hates this guy, but he really hate him in Ottawa.
Yes, I mean, basically, and you know, again, like, and he's so unpopular with the exact kind of people who like make up like civil servants, right? Like educated people, middle class, like those are the people who, you know, people who pay attention to the news. Like, he does best with low information, working class voters and younger voters, especially. Voters above 40 fucking hate this guy. And even if they're generally conservative, it's the voters under 40 who are still kind of keeping him in the game. Although polling numbers swiveled hard to the Liberals this week as, again, Trump threatened our sovereignty and people went back to how they did during the election where they swung behind the Liberals. But that might be a temporary bump. I don't know. But anyways, so where should he run? Is there some other seat that's
Very,
better?
very far away.
I think
South Africa.
I think he should go full. Put all his chips in the middle of the table. Mark Carney's writing.
Oh my
right
God.
there.
Oh my
God.
5 apple debates the whole
would
time.
love
Just crunching
that.
an apple.
5 apples. That's a
5
crazy
apple
number
debates.
of. That's
not
a
answering
intense.
questions, just throwing them right on the stage.
I'm throwing all my
the
ideas out the
moderator's
window.
just
I
like,
love this.
can you not? And he just never answers a question.
I love this.
It would do better than he's doing now.
I love the phrase 5 apple debates. I want to start using that. That's incredible.
Again, that's from basketball.
yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
Fourth
Yeah,
quarter's-
Carney's going to
it's
make a
pretty-
bunch of jokes about apples a day keeping the doctor away. He's going to try to make something of it, and Pierce is not going to say a fucking thing.
Probably.
Also, shirtless, just to say it.
Wait, Pierre's going
No,
to be shirtless?
thank you. No, thank you.
Oh,
Hands
none of
gonna be
us want
shirtless.
that.
No one wants that.
No, but
No.
it's the fact that none of us want it. And he's
Wearing-
still doing it. It's going to be alpha dog vibes. We're going to be like, that's gross, but he's not backing down.
Wearing
It's
his
only
crisp
hope.
white cowboy hat.
Well, and someone has to be shirts and someone has to be skins. That's how debates work.
Yeah, famously at the Lincoln Douglas debate, Lincoln was shirtless.
Yes.
And
That's part of the rules.
It's what
or
put him
skins,
over.
and Douglas was shirts. Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's why when Kennedy debated Nixon,
Oh,
he
God.
won with the TV audience because he was
Yes.
shirtless, but on the radio audience, no one could see his sweet, sweet body, so
Yeah.
they
That
wanted
was a
Nixon.
problem.
Yep, his glistening bod. Yeah. Kept that light under a bushel, unfortunately, for the radio crowd. But- Guys, we could draw another district up with those frozen geese up north. I'm sure they
Thank you.
They could vote
Yes.
this way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, service members should be able to vote, I think.
And
Right.
geese are
Yeah.
service members
Well,
now.
yeah.
In this
The murderers,
scenario, yeah.
yeah.
The frozen corpses of the geese we didn't let fly south,
He is
with
blowing
a-
out.
with an Uzi surgically attached to their shoulder.
Their last cry was for death, which counts as a conservative vote.
Oh.
That's kind of a 30 Rock joke. I'll give that to you. that was kind of a 30 Rock joke.
Well, before we move on to our big finish, a quick message to you, listener. First of all, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for checking us out. If you'd be so kind, if you haven't already, jump on your podcast app of choice, leave 5 stars, leave a review, for darn sakes. Tell us what you liked or what you didn't. Also, feel free to tell a friend. Share some of our social media clips everywhere except Instagram, apparently. God damn it. Also, if you're inclined to support us monetarily, you can do so at patreon.com/thebeaverton. Not only will you be keeping the podcast going, keeping the website alive, you will be getting an extended cut version of this episode every week, where we talk about a story or stories we didn't cover during the rest of the week, rest of this episode, excuse me. This week we talked about François Legault and the resignation / what the future of Quebec holds with the Parti Québécois. It was a fun talk, so check it out. At, again, patreon.com/thebeaverton. We also do cool behind the scenes stuff. This week we had a poll on when it will happen, and if you've listened to most of our episodes, you know what it is. We also do some giveaways and stuff, like someone got free tickets to our Edmonton show, for example. So yeah, check us out, patreon.com/thebeaverton. And if you're a Patreon member listening to this, thank you so much. You are the reason we get to do this. Ian's not here this week, and I forgot to ask him for specific names to shout out, so apologies, but just know we love you all equally. And now it is time for the approximately 10-minute long quiz.
It's the approximately 10-minute long quiz. Brought to you by Time.
Every week, I ask our panel to play the approximately 10-minute long quiz, where I put their knowledge of some less widely reported news stories to the test. Panel, our first question. Justin Trudeau's popularity is on the rise since his relationship with Katy Perry went public. How did luxury fitness company Equinox attempt to capitalize on his image in their latest social media campaign?
It's a Peloton bike. Only the screen is just his eyes until you finish.
And finish means...
Just, oh my
And
God.
finish means
It means have an orgasm. Gross.
grow
Oh, wait.
up.
Oops. Read a book.
I think they changed their tagline to Equinox. Now straight men can come here too. Because it's mostly a lot of gay men at Equinox. I think it's wonderful.
Where are these?
It can be the heated rivalry. It brings in everyone.
Oh my
you know?
God, yes. We love an HR. Not HR, but HR hated rivalry, the hockey romance. HR.
Yeah.
Hockey romance.
Famously shortened to HR by everyone before this moment.
I cannot believe this whole podcast went by and you are the one who brought up heated rivalry and not me. That's all I've been posting about. That's it. Heated rivalry.
I can't see anyone's Canadian posts on Instagram anymore. I don't have a personal account. I see it all through the Beaverton. Claire, any thoughts on...
Yeah, I think in honor of Trudeau, the campaign slogan would be, "I'm running even when I shouldn't be."
Hey! Way to go. Does anyone know the real answer?
No, I thought mine was real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Don.
It's real
Sorry
for
to
you.
deprive
It's all
you
that
or to ruin your hopes. No, they posted an AI image of him as a pole dancer. Which, if you're wondering why, the image is part of a campaign where they post obviously AI doctored images and use the tag "question everything but yourself." So it'll be like it's like an AI image of Trudeau as a pole dancer, and then an image of some like jack lady riding a bike, and then it's an AI image of like a woman with 3 breasts in a bikini, and then it's a jack dude on a Peloton or whatever the hell, and not a Peloton, but you know what I mean, whatever the bikes. It's like clearly like their way of eating their cake and having it too, where it's like they're still getting to use AI, but we're using it to call out that AI can be fooling you. Anyways, so that's what they did with Justin Trudeau. As far as I know, Trudeau hasn't sent the obviously maybe he should send cease and desist to not do this because clearly they didn't get his permission. But yeah, so that's
Maybe they did.
Yeah. Maybe it's not AI.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm out
You guys are going to say this is AI, right?
He's got to do something. He can't hang out with her all the time.
Leave the studio. I'm out of internet. I can't keep shooting photos. How do we get him to leave? Tell me I'm pretty. Pretty. Please go away.
All right, next question. We all miss the comforts of home when traveling or living abroad. What Toronto delicacy did one Canadian expat pack 144 of in her bag before flying back home to LA?
Dinosaur bones from the ROM.
Ooh.
Bone marrow, baby.
I am not going to try because this giggling is very intimidating.
Raccoons.
Nailed it.
That's the only Toronto delicacy. We don't have any other delicacies than that.
1,000%.
I mean,
So glad I
how
passed.
dare you insult the Bathurst Station Jamaican beef patties?
Jamaican.
Valid.
That's not what it was.
Oh,
That's not what it was.
Was it?
But I'm saying that is a Toronto delicacy.
it is, yeah.
Valid. Okay.
Look, we have nothing of our own.
I
We
know
gotta
this.
steal other people's things.
I was so confused by the question because I'm like, what's a Toronto delicacy?
Well, again, I don't think we certainly did not invent this thing,
Okay.
but it's a thing that one restaurant in Toronto or place in Toronto is very famous for. But I'll just give you the answer if no one knows it. Bagels. Specifically, Greif's bagels, which are very good.
Amazing advertising.
But and you know she's in LA, not New York, right? So presumably there's not a ton of great bagels in LA. Although I would think there's enough people from New York who've moved to LA who have brought some bagels with them. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Greif's bagels, which are a famous Toronto bagel destination up at I believe Lawrence and Bathurst. I haven't been there in a long time. But yeah, it's a I don't know if this is a safe space to admit I actually much prefer Montreal style bagels than Toronto or New York style bagels. They're much smaller and better for toasting.
I
New
didn't
York
know
Toronto styles are
had
much
bagel styles.
well,
Speaking of
Greif's would
safe
be,
space.
if you're dividing between the two, Greif's would be New York style. Bigger, fluffier. Montreal style would be leaner, thinner bagels. Yeah.
And what's your favorite kind of raccoon?
Montreal style.
Montreal style
Yeah,
raccoon.
still Montreal style.
Okay.
Are they smaller?
They're
They're smaller
smoke
than
cigarettes.
They're
They smoke
smaller.
cigarettes.
I
Smoke
prefer
cigarettes.
deep dish personally.
Yeah, those guys are brick shit houses, man. Don't fuck with the deep dish raccoons. They're nuts. They'll ruin your life.
All right. Points at this point are 0-0-0. Our next question. A new board game is on the market that has drawn a lot of backlash in Ireland, particularly, because the game requires players to do what?
Convert to Catholicism. It's a big ask. And then every game is like several days.
Yeah, you have to do it for real, too.
Yeah.
There's a little
Yeah.
priest in the box, and he's like, please.
I'm going to say nice things about the English.
Ooh. Both great guesses.
That's
for the
very
record.
good.
Phenomenal.
Mine's a bit dark. Provide reliable access to abortion services.
Stay out, Ireland.
Oh,
Yikes. Sorry.
Yeah, when you Google when abortion was legalized in Ireland, it's shockingly recent.
And I did Google it to check because I was like, you can't be an idiot on the podcast.
Oh, I can.
You have to be smart.
We all can.
The joke is that I've been an idiot this whole time. Thank you, Nile. I appreciate it. But no, 2018 they legalized it, and it's actually still really hard to access abortion in Ireland.
I bet. Yes. Does anyone has a guess of the real answer?
I hate the fact that my first thought was count potatoes.
Oh my
You're
God.
in the right place.
And I figured
my
I was.
God.
It's not
I figured
counting,
I
though, but it
was.
involves-
Eat them.
It involves a certain historical event involving potatoes.
Yeah, the
Potato
famine.
famine?
You have to. It's a board game where you try and survive the Great Potato Famine of the 19th century. I believe it was 1848 when it started. It is a historic. The Great Hunger, as it is called, is a historic simulation game which involves 2 to 5 players playing families of tenant farmers and field hands during the 1840s. The game begins with population expansion up to a point when the potato blight arrives.
Oh my God.
Players must then try to find employment in Ireland or passage to the U.S. The aim of the game is to survive, and the player with the largest surviving population is deemed the winner. So obviously you play as multiple, I guess, characters, whatever.
I hate the fact that I thought I would be right about this.
Yeah, no, you were. I can tell in your eyes. I was like, Claire knows. Claire's going to the worst answer, which is the correct answer in this
Yeah.
case. The games are soon to be followed by Guess Who, Holodomor Edition, and Not Sorry, Belgians in the Congo.
Look, it's like the Oregon Trail. You're learning about a thing. I can see the validity of it. You're
Yeah.
learning about it's fake, but yes. Yeah.
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 The creator of the game came out and said, something to that effect. It's history, et cetera, et cetera. We're not making fun of the event. It's just an historical event you have to survive. But also, I understand if no one in Ireland buys it.
Is the creator Irish?
No.
Of course not.
That was the only thing that
I don't
could have
believe
made
so.
this. No, yeah.
I should say I don't believe so.
Oops.
All right, point to Claire on that one. Next question. A woman in Minnesota was arrested this week after police found a bag of drugs in her car. Police officers were able to deduce, it was a bag of drugs, despite the woman using a brilliant, though not particularly subtle, attempt to disguise the bag's nature. How did she attempt to fool the cops?
She wrote, "This isn't a bag of drugs, if that's what you're asking. And anyways, don't you have a murder or something you should be investigating?" Right on the side of the bag.
Point to Nile.
Get the fuck.
My answer is going to be label them not drugs. So like,
Yeah. She wrote on the bag, not drugs. This is definitely not a bag of drugs.
Wow.
I got nothing.
Damn.
I as I was setting this out or thinking about this as a quiz question, I was like, someone's going to joke their way into the right answer on this one for sure.
That's insane.
So I was not surprised by that. Yeah. Maybe I'm giving this person too much credit, but I believe that she didn't actually think this would fool anyone, but she was just interjecting some whimsy into the drug dealing world.
Yeah.
And she was like, this is funny and like ironic, ha ha ha. Maybe not ha ha funny, but like, funny.
no, she's the manic pixie dream girl of the drug world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes, that's,
Oh my God, I'm so clumsy, officer.
yeah, so, maybe get some time off for whimsy. I don't know. But yes, so pointed on that. Our last question is a complete the headline. I'm going to read a headline, missing some words. You guys fill it in. Vladimir Putin infiltrates Europe with mob of war-thirsty...
Russians, Luke? Like, what are you talking about? That's a very old headline. What?
We're doing old headlines now.
Like, that
That's our thing.
happened. We remember that, right?
No, I'm gonna bring
I
it
thought the
into
word
the
infiltrated would give away. This isn't like just a war.
Yeah, I'm
It's just-
gonna say online sex bots.
Hey, that's definitely what he would do.
War-thirsty ones.
War-thirsty online sex bots, the sexiest of bots.
Yeah, Anastasia in her Twitter bikini is also holding a Kalashnikov.
I see the logic. Does anyone know? Now, do you have a guess or a right answer? No.
I feel like I should get a point for Russians. Like, that headline exists.
I mean,
That's not it.
It's one of those ones that's like you've gotten the general category right, but I needed a more specific answer. Are they Russian? Yes. Well, actually, no, they're not. They're Belarusian. So technically, technically no, but they are. The complete headline is Vladimir Putin infiltrates Europe with mob of war-thirsty nuns.
Well,
Didn't see that coming, did you?
know.
Wow.
Why are they war thirsty? Isn't that
So they are nicknamed the Z nuns or Z nuns, I'm not sure.
Uh-oh.
They have apparently infiltrated convents across Europe where
cool.
they raise money and send it back to fund Russia's war effort. Instead of donating it to like charity and stuff or using it to stop abortions.
I hate that I want a movie about this.
That's the thing. This would be in the Cold War.
Yeah.
Just Arnold Schwarzenegger shooting some nuns.
Yes.
This would be fucking great.
I was thinking like an introspective, like war, like period piece from the perspective of a nun. Sure, we can do Arnold Schwarzenegger killing a bunch of nuns. Luke, you sick freak. We can make that
I'm
movie too.
on Luke's side. I'm on Luke's side with this.
I think you're overthinking this. They're Russians, therefore I can kill them.
Okay, the key is to think less.
Yeah.
Okay, understood.
That's how you make it in this business.
Yeah, it's
Megan.
called a Call of
Take it
Duty
from
game,
me,
Megan.
Johnny Hollywood over here.
Johnny Hollywood. Oh my God, I thought he died in 1986. He's back.
I got some Gripes bagels and I'm ready to go. They apparently 20 churches in Sweden alone were found to have multiple nuns working.
Where?
Sorry, right.
Fuck, whatever. You're just gonna keep trolling me with this bullshit country? Sure, Sweden, Narnia, let's all go.
Oh my God. Like AAA callback. Larry fucking Bird, final dunk of the episode from the half court.
The stage collapses.
Fucking buckets.
And then everyone's just pissing right out of the tent. Boom! That's basketball.
Oh my God.
That's how they have to end every game of basketball. Good night. That's basketball.
Everyone gathers in the center court. They grab the microphone. That's basketball. And everyone walks off.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at the end of our 10-minute quiz, I can reveal that we have a tie. So using absolutely no logic, I will say, Nile, you get first plug.
Yay! I have an award-winning Dungeons & Dragons podcast called Comedians in Dungeons Getting Dragons. And I also have a a good news podcast, or I guess the rest of the news, I will call it. It's a podcast called Total Annihilation.
Excellent. Claire?
Yeah, you can find me on Blue Sky or YouTube at It's Clare Blackwood. And I also have a Patreon if you want to support my comedy, and you just look up The Very Unfunny Leftist.
Wonderful. Megan?
You know what I always say? I be skeetin'. I'm on Blue Sky at MMMEGAN. I say I be skeetin' every episode, folks. Keep it together. Come on, let's be professional. This is a business, right? And I'm on there, and it's Megan MacKay, and I'm on there, MMMEGAN. Keep it professional, laughing.
All right, follow Megan for all the best basketball takes, and it's 80% basketball takes,
Yeah.
20% question.
1,000% listen to a basketball podcast
yeah.
of Megan just explaining trade deadlines. Pure chaos.
Andrew Ivamy would run me through with a glaive before he let that happen in his home. It would not ever air.
I'm just saying, you know when they do those like day-long
my house,
like,
I gotta-
NHL trade deadline day or NBA free agent signing day, if there was one person on the panel of 40 people who knew nothing about basketball and it was just Megan bringing some chaotic energy, that would make it more fun for me.
It's the equivalent of like having one normal guy in each Olympic sport.
Yeah. Oh, that was such a good idea.
Must-see television.
Oh, that was such a good idea. Okay. All right. Well, that's the end of our show. Again, check us out in Edmonton. Follow the Beaverton. Subscribe to our newsletter, beaverton.com/newsletter. Message Meta and let us back on Instagram, please. And also, again, seriously, if anyone knows anyone, I'm not kidding. Send me an email at staff@thebeaverton.com. Just want to be 100% clear. I'm not kidding. staff@thebeaverton.com to help us unblock our Instagram. All right. That's about it. We'll talk to you next week. We'll talk to you. Yeah, we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
The Beaverton Weekly Report is produced by Andrew Ivamy in partnership with the From Superheroes Network. Visit FromSuperheroes.com to hear more great podcasts like this.